Blessing to you all. Namaste world. How y'all doing? I'm doing so great because every single day life is full of blessing, And today I want to talk about five obstacles in life. And these obstacles don't only disturb the people who is not in tune with the wisdoms, but it can also disturb even the highly wise people in our life, It's disturbing everybody. Most of the people are suffering from these five obstacles. And once we have understanding of these five obstacles, what it is and how does it work, we may get liberated from this obstacle. Why? Because understanding actually liberate us from all the suffering, and at the same time also knowledge. Once you have the right knowledge of self, it's liberate you from all the human suffering. And what is this five obstacle? And it can also disturb a yogi, highly spiritual beings, But the knowledge will free us all. And let me share with you the first one. The first one is actually the ignorance. And what is this ignorance? Well, the ignorance is that when we start to believe in impermanent things, And what is those impermanent things, The first is actually the life that we are living. One day you have to transform, right? Means you are going to die. So what is impermanent is your body. Your body is impermanent. Your body is not permanent. The nature itself, anything external that you see, the nature, the birds, the trees, your house, your home, the people around, the mountain, the river, all these are impermanent, and you cannot make it to permanent. Why? What is that permanent? The soul within. Your true self is permanent, and all the rest, it just been created for your true self, for you to enjoy life, for you to experience so-called life. But one day you have to leave all this, all right? So do not get cling to the impermanent stuff. But people mostly suffering. Why? Because they're so clingy to impermanent stuff. You are maybe clingy to your father, your mother, your kids, your lover, your house, your car, your clothes. It can be anything, So when you are too clingy, people are suffering so much for materialistic stuff. But are this materialistic stuff permanent? The money that you are running for? No, it's not permanent. Money that you are running for, house that you want to buy, is not permanent. It's all impermanent. So how do we liberate ourselves from it? By realizing that we cannot ignore the truth. When we become aware of the truth, that this body is not permanent, but the soul within the body that is moving is the permanent thing. So what do? We start to reconnect back to our authentic self, the true self, which is our soul, that is in tune with the universal soul. So we call it God, higher self. You can say anything. So as we look into our prophets is an example. So the Muhammad, Jesus, Buddha, they were what? They knew about this, so they did all the self-work, and then they enlightened themselves from root to their crown chakra, means from happiness to permanent happiness, and you are more aware of your true self. So you are more aware of your true self, so you don't get clingy to impermanent stuff. So you reach to that level of consciousness where you are getting tuned with permanent happiness. Means you are happy, you don't have any desire. You are happy without any materialistic stuff, because you know this, it's all impermanent. So you get in tune with the soul, the divine source, and we are all came from the divine source. So that means we are many puzzles of the divine souls and living life. So we just have to know the truth instead of ignoring the truth. But many of us ignoring the truth. Why? Because they get caught up into the illusion so-called Maya. But all Maya is very tricky in life. Maya say, oh, look at this beautiful woman, don't you want it? Oh, look at this beautiful house. Oh, look at this beautiful experience. And you are like, yeah. So you dig into those things and you forget your true self, and you are dealing with so-called normal life, and you forget yourself. That's when you suffer a lot, because you run after things that is impermanent. But we are here to actually be in tune with what is permanent. You got me? This is the first one. So now, what is the second one? The second one is actually our ego senses. Means when you look into someone, you're like, oh, look, why she have this and I don't have that? Why she have so beautiful eyes, beautiful face, and I don't have it? This is your ego. Oh, look, he have beautiful car. Wow, I also want it. Why don't I have it? This is your ego. And when you say, oh, look, I have everything. Oh my God, I am the boss of everything. So I'm going to control you all. Why? Because I have all that. Oh, look, I have this car. I have this flashy clothes. I'm the best. This is your ego. This is your ego. This is the second obstacle. So how do you let go of this ego? By living from your heart space, by realizing all these are impermanent. So you reconnect back to your soul. When you reconnect back to your soul, you realize all the souls that you see around the bodies, the trees, the nature itself, animals, the people, they're not their body, they're the soul within, like you and me. So you don't get corrupt with impermanent things. So you start to honor the nature, the soul within, the God within, right? This is the second. So what is the third? Third is attachment. Oh, everybody is suffering from attachment. Attachment have huge impact in our life right now. You get so attached to things, you are attached to your mother, you are attached to your lover, you are so attached to this impermanent stuff, and you don't know how to let go of this attachment. And attachment is creating pain. Lots of us right now, just because they have so much deep attachment to certain things, so now they're suffering a lot, they're in depression a lot. So what is this attachment? Why does it create so much pain? First of all, you have to understand what is love and what is likeness. People, they mistake like and love. They think likeness is love, love is likeness. No. Today I'm going to break down to you all this beautiful understanding right here. Okay? So when we like something or when we like someone, it can be our lover. Most of us is actually mostly attached to what? Their lover. Okay? So, or things that we love. It can be our parents, right? So now, the attachment is actually the selfishness. Means the likeness is actually the selfishness. Why? Because like and love is not one thing, okay? So likeness is what? When you are with a partner, right? And you think that you love your partner. So you want your partner to be in certain way, You're like, hey, if you love me, can you do this for me? I want you to be in certain way. I want you to do things in certain way, You come up with rules, and then when they come home late, you're like, oh, did you do something? So you start to doubt your lover, You start to change. Some people, they even want their lover to change how they clothe, change how they walk, change how they talk, They just want to control their lover all the time. And then they think that it's love, because you connect yourself physically with that being. So the emotions that you feel, the energy that you feel within your temple, you mistake it as love. And what is love? Love is universal love. When there is true love, you set the person to be free. There will be no fights. There will be no divorce. There will be no judgment. There will be no like, hey, I want you to be in certain way. Or I want you to cook food. I want you to do this. So you bring all the selfishness. So you never really loved your partner. Because when you truly love, there is none of this distraction, none of this, oh, I want you to do this, oh, I don't trust you, I doubt you. Oh, no, love is universal love, where there is just flowing and love and love and love. Most of the people on planet Earth, they're not really loving. All the relationship that you had, you really didn't love. You really didn't love. Because if you loved, you will stay with that partner. Your partner will stay with you till you get old and enlighten each other with each other. You know, there is no separation in true love, but in likeness there is separation. When you like somebody, you jump one to another lover. You know, you think that, oh, I love you, I love that, I love, no, you like them. That's why when you love, there is no separation. You all stay together and get old together. This is true love. So do not mix likeness and love together, you know. And it's also same with the parents. What does parents do? You may receive some love, you may receive some universal love when you are a little kid, and it is from your mother. And how was that love? Does it make sense? How was that love? When you kicked on your mother, bite on her nipple, you know, pee on the bed, poop on the bed, you know, your mother still loved you without judging you. Your mother still loved you without hitting you, you know. Your mother did all the things. Why? Because she didn't have any ego at that time. She loved you little bit unconditionally. But once you start to grow up, so when you are little, you listen to your mother because you are little, right? But when we as a child, we all be a child, right? So when we as a child, when you grown up, means we are looking for our own way. So when we look for our own way, we all do it. So that means we stop listening to our parents. So our parents get mad at us because you listened to me when you were a kid. Or when you were a kid, I clean your poop, I wipe your ass, I give you food when you couldn't do anything, and now you don't listen to me. So you see, so love turns into hate. Attachment, this is because of the attachments. So that means that the attachments is creating all this pain. So now you have to understand, when you've grown up and your mother gives you all that, and slowly but surely what happened, you have to choose your own way too. And she start to cry, she start to think, oh, what happened to my child? And you may feel bad just because she's expressing her emotions, but it's not coming from love, it's coming from the attachment. It's coming from the attachment. And same thing can happen with the lover. Oh, from the beginning of our relationship, you used to give me so much love, and look now, you don't even look at me, you don't even love me like you used to do. This is coming from the attachment. True love don't question anything. True love knows that it's love. Even that being disappeared for 10 years, true love makes you wait these 10 years, not jump into someone else. You wait for your lover because you love your lover so much. You don't need that lover in this physical body. You can feel the love in your heart, and it keeps you smiling, shining bright like the sun on the sky. This is true love. But attachments are creating all this pain. So now that you understand the difference between what? The attachment, likeness, and the love. So now you know that you never really loved. Never really loved. Your parents are not loving you anymore. Why? Because they have so much expectation of you instead of just accepting you for who you are. Because we are all individual souls, and we are here to experience our own journey, and nothing can put any walls in the middle. That's why what do? We disappear, we go and take our own way, because we want to find ourselves. We don't want to be controlled, because love is not controlling, my friends. Love is not controlling. Love is not doubting. It's like Dalai Lama, how he explained is so good. Listen to it. When you like a flower, you pick that flower and you're like, oh, smell it, you put it on your hair, la 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 la, and then you throw it on the street. But when you love a flower, you say, wow, flower, you're so beautiful, you water it daily, you take care of it with love. So this is love. But when you like that flower, you pick it up and you destroy it and buy, you know. So most of us right now on planet Earth is not really loving. They're not even in a loving relationship. They think it's love, and that's why you all are suffering from your all's relationship. That's why you all get so emotional when there is someone else that is showing their emotions. You have to understand that it's not your fault. It's just their attachment towards you. So now, when somebody feel pain, you have to feel the pain too, because we are so interconnected, right? So we gotta be strong. We gotta be strong and have the right knowledge of self, so that we don't get stuck with this attachment, so that we can let go of the attachment, because all the attachments are impermanent. Souls are interconnected. So when you love from your heart, you from your soul, this is universal love. Okay? So when you find that person that loves you unconditionally, or when you love unconditionally, there is no rule, structure, controlling, changing, this and that, only happiness, no separation, no crying, no pain. This is when you know this is the true love. This is the true love. So this is the what? The 1, 2, 3. Number 3. Okay, the fourth was when things start to change. Listen to it carefully. When things start to change, it means your lover, your parents, once in a time, they used to give you all the pleasurement, right? Your lover, your friends, all of them, they give you the pleasurement, and this pleasurement made you happy, right? You're like, oh, you are so amazing, I feel so happy with you. So once they take away this pleasurement and start to give you pain, and you don't feel happy anymore, you feel hearted, you feel it's painful, what do? You start to hate. You start to hate the person that you used to love, so-called love, like, and give you all the pleasurement that you wanted from the beginning, and then that same person start to give you pain and suffering, so you hate that person, you hate that being. It can be anything and anybody. So this is the fourth obstacle of our life. And what is the 5? 5? The 5 is the fear of death. Tell me who is not fearing. Tell me who is not fearing of death right now on this planet Earth. Most of us is fearing our death. Nobody is really, everybody fearing the death. Everybody. And it's the obstacle of our life. You are suffering from it. You are scared of the death. Why? Why are we scared of the death? By right understanding of self, how do we know there is lies in this world and there is ultimate universal truth in this world? The hunger, who is the hunger of the truth, who is the seeker of the truth, going to find the truth. Alright, you got me? So, if you have to be hungry enough to find the truth of self, you have to be hungry. There being our ascended masters did all the self-work, all the spiritual work, and liberated themselves from all this obstacle and find themselves, and then they realize that we don't only live one life. That's why we have to honor our ascended master. They did all the spiritual work. And who are they? Jesus. Who are they? Muhammad. Who are they? Shiva. Who are they? Krishna. Who are they? So we have to respect and honor our ascended master. We have to know the scripture that they wrote for many centuries ago. It's been changed. Now you may not find the proper answer, but still the true seeker can find the proper answer and liberate themselves from all these 5 obstacles that I'm giving you and also explaining to you. Because right now I'm liberating to you all. This is what I do. Why? Because I choose to do all the self-work. I'm the seeker of the truth. I'm a hungry being for the truth of self, to understand myself. Why? Because I am highly spiritual being. That's why I am so awake in this lifetime. So y'all have to understand that why you are into my channel right now is because of y'all are also ascending higher and higher to liberate ourselves from this root chakra to crown chakra. Means we get the liberation by the truth. We are through our enlightenment. Once we get enlightenment, we don't have to come back to earth over and over again So our ascended master, they don't have to come back to earth. Why? Because they already ascended from this earth obstacles, from this attachment, from these lies and illusions, so-called Maya. Once you can liberate yourself through these practices, you are with this supreme consciousness. And it's been written in Vedas, means the scriptures. Where it's been written, billions of people going to try to enlighten themselves. Out of billion, only one can enlighten themselves. Means the rest have to come back to earth again and do the self-work. And most of us is actually lost in the illusion. Lost in the illusion. What is this illusion? So-called normal life living, You think life is to, study, get married, have kids, take care of them, get old, and then die. No. Why do you think human body is the highest consciousness of earth? It's because of human body is making God to be aware of itself. All the ascended master, what they did you saw any animal enlighten themselves? No. But all the ascended master enlighten themselves through this human body. Once you understand your spiritual self, you are going to know more deeper knowledge. So I will give you it in my other lives. Right now I want to talk about what is the 5th circle is the fear of death. And how do we liberate ourselves from the death? It's because of we have to understand why we fear death. Why do we fear death? It's because of death is painful. Death is painful. Some yogi means highly spiritual being on earth says like this. Did you ever got bite on Scorpio? Did you ever got bite on Scorpio? Bite from a Scorpio? If you ever got bite, then it takes 84 Scorpio bites, pain in your body when your soul get out of this body. When there is no soul in the body, that body is dead. Body don't move, body don't breathe. You got me? It's soul, in the true self that is doing all the things that is in the body. Without the soul, there is nothing. So when you experience so many lives that now you end up fearing the truth, that you have to feel that pain, means 84 bites of Scorpio. It's just an example. So it's a painful, death is a painful thing, right? Means you have to feel, before you liberate yourself from this human body, you have to feel this human body as a soul within the body, right? So now, this pain makes you fear it. But know that if you enlighten yourself through this human body, you reach from your root chakra to your crown chakra, you liberate yourself to that ultimate permanent happiness, means the supreme consciousness, you can live your body without any pain. Human body is the highest consciousness, right? So we all did something amazing in our last lifetime. That's why we got this human body. But we've been forgotten our true self. We've been forgotten how important it is, this human body. And we keep caught up into all these illusions that we got from this earth. Because these illusions is not real, but it seems to be so real. And this is the tricky thing in our life. So when we got stuck with it, so we forget that after 84 billions of lives, we got this human body to enlighten ourselves. Why do you think it's so many things on earth, so many insects, ants, birds, insects, trees, so many different kind of animals. So there are millions of animals and body parts on this earth, not only this human body. So why? What are they? So based on our karma, when we do good, when we do bad, so based on our karma, we get a body again. So means this human body we got after 84 million births, this human body we got it. And only through this human body, we can enlighten ourselves. That's why they say know thyself. That's why they say seek your true self. In ancient Kemetic, in Proverbs, they say know thyself. So we all been forgotten our way. So we are here to enlighten ourselves through this human body, but we are stuck with the illusions. We are stuck with the attachment. We are stuck with the materialistic world. We are stuck with all this likeness and all these corrupted things You have to first of all understand that all these are illusion. People are fighting over colors. People are fighting over money, house, all this. But you have to understand this. These don't matter because it's all impermanent. How can you do so much, speak too much, and bring so much destruction in your daily life? Just because you are caring too much about impermanent things, instead of you should care more about your permanent things. And the permanent things is the soul within. Is the soul within. So once you recognize yourself and realize yourself, you let go of the things that is impermanent and you get in tune with the things that is permanent, which is your true self and is the soul within. It's like, what is the soul? When you see the whole ocean itself, right? And you take the glass, which is the body, and with this body you take one glass of water from the ocean. So what does it mean? The whole ocean is God. God itself, the supreme consciousness. So one glass water you put into vessel, so-called the cup, which is your body. So now you're experiencing your life. That's why we become individual souls. Means one part of God, but we are many puzzles of that one part of God. Does it make sense? Does it make sense to you all? So now, once you realize this truth, you start to seek for the truth. You start to liberate yourself and try to enlighten yourself through this human body so that you can reach to the supreme consciousness. And that's when you don't have to come back to earth anymore. You don't have to deal with all this illusion. Why? Because you will be sitting with all the ascended master, supreme God itself, and you don't have to come back to earth and learn the same things over and over again, or repeating same things over and over again. But even if you don't make it in this life, through this human body to reach to your crown chakra, do good karma, do good, because your action going to give you the next body. So you may start from the beginning, means taking rebirth for 84 millions of time in different 84 millions of bodies, or you ascend yourself more and more, means you are into my channel and I am speaking and you are hearing, so we are all one into that consciousness. So means we are already aware of the truth. So now once you are more aware, even if we don't enlighten ourselves, next lifetime we may come back through our actions, the karma. We may come back, we may get the human body again, so we don't have to go through 84 millions of bodies anymore. Okay? So from now, try to do the things, try to always go forward, means level up with yourself higher and higher till you come to the crown chakra. Don't go backward, always move forward, do things that is good. Means if someone comes, you have to be good from your heart. You have to really vibrate on universal love, like Buddha did, like Jesus did, like all the other ascended master did. And how does it look like? What is this universal love? I can give you an example. Do you know when Jesus got been murdered or killed, they be putting pins on his hands, on his body while he was bleeding. But instead of fighting them back, what he said, "Oh Lord, forgive them." Can you feel the love? One man came and split on Buddha's face. But instead of he split back on him, what he did, he said, "Oh my Lord, you speak to me in that way. Okay, if it's this your way to speak to me, I appreciate you speaking towards me." You got me? So we are still growing and learning, we're still growing and learning. And we have to become exactly the image of God, which is unconditional love, which is supreme consciousness. Okay, to reach to that level of consciousness, we have to let go of all these obstacles and come to that level where we don't fear, where we don't have any attachment, where we are not blinded by impermanent things, but we are vibrating on universal love frequency. You got me? If somebody come and punch you, what is karma? If somebody come and punch you, he said, "Why you punch me?" Boom, you punch them back. And they punch you back again. So you immediately receive your karmas. Whatever you do, you are going to get it back immediately. And this is how the universe is working. But there are some karma that you have to deal with life after lives, And it can be big karmas, that we may do in our life. So now that we are awareness of the awareness, we're not gonna do things that is not allowing ourselves to ascend to our supreme level of consciousness. You got me? And you have to forgive yourself for your past experiences and actions, because you are not your past, you are who you are today. And every single day we are getting new moments, new day, new life, so that we can move towards our true self, our higher self, the supreme consciousness, and become the purest version of self, because we're born this way. So once you become the purest version of self and really let go of the subconscious programming that we've been programmed with, let go of the ego, let go of the false impermanent self, that's when we can be more liberated in our life. And you have to, don't run away from the evil. It means the spirits that is vibrating on lower level of frequency, and they don't carry any love, no universal love. That means they're dealing with their own karma. They're dealing with their own karma. So once you understand this, you will understand, alright, so you cannot run away from these evils. So you have to bring them to your love frequency, so that we all can move towards the enlightenment. And this is love. This is love. This is what all the ascended master did. Do not run away from the people that is evil. We are here to show them the perfection of God. But first of all, you have to become it. Once you become it, you become strong within. So they cannot fight with you. They cannot fight with you, because love is the only power that brings us together. Love is the only power that breaks all the hates and suffering. That's why we have to vibrate on that level of frequency where we're not going to run away from these things. You got me? So it's all about understanding. So in a new day, you do new things, new beginning. But what happens once you go out of my life? So now you are vibrating so high, right? And then once you go out of this life, and then you get caught up in the illusion again. So you forget your true self. You start to deal with so-called normal life, things that is impermanent. You start to run after impermanent. So you forget your enlightenment. You got me? So you have to always practice to be in the awareness of our God. Means you surrender yourself to your higher self. And there are so many practices, like meditation practices. Buddha just enlightened himself through breathing practices and chanting on mantra Om, living in the silence of nature through meditation. Our ascended master right now on earth, who are them? Look at Dalai Lama, look at Sadhguru, if you all know who are they. So as we are always ascending higher and higher and higher and higher and higher, and you are your own ascended master too, but you just have to reach to that level from your lower dimension till you come to that higher dimension, if it makes sense. So allow yourself to become more awareness of the self, and that's why we always have to go one step forward. That's why I've been vegan for more than 4 years now. I reconnect back to nature, even because the home for the soul is actually the nature itself, which is God creation. It's not buildings and structures. What is man-made, what is God-made is the nature itself. So for the soul to find your soul, peace of mind, we have to reconnect back to nature. So I am eating plant-based food as I am meditating, as I started my yoga practices. You got me? So once I realize my mistakes of the past, I learn from it, I collect the wisdom, and I am ascending always higher and higher every single day. Even if you find yourself in lower state, every single day you get another day to ascend higher. You got me? And when it comes to the other people, do not go around and suffer by looking at the people. There are some people that born and they already have billions in their pocket. There are some people they born, they're already highly spiritual, awakened. Why? You all have to understand how does this work. Now that you are conscious about it, even if you die, so-called you transform, and when you come back to this earth again in different body shape, you're always gonna start from where you left your consciousness. So the more you ascend, we are always ascending higher and higher and higher in every lifetime. So the more you ascend, the more is better for you, so that you can get to the supreme consciousness faster. So now that you have the right knowledge and wisdom, means you become aware of it. So even if you die now, when you come back, you're still gonna start from this awareness that you have now. You got me? So we all are already awakened. That's why we are here together and we are evolving together, and we always have to remind each other to always move forward with the love in our hearts. Alright, and there is some people, I will talk about it in my next live. Right now I will give you all some break and think about it a little bit. If you miss my video, rewatch it and please share this video. I love you all. Namaste. Stay blessed.